right. At this point, we'll ask for visitor statements. We did have a request for extended time, so I'd like to ask for any other visitor statements. Visitor statement? Nope. Nope.
If you're here to make public comment, yeah, this is the time. He has the extended time, so he'll go after.
So go now if you're gonna go.
Just come up quick and just state. You just have to state your name. That's it. You don't have to give any other information.
Let me read my little spiel. Let me read my little spiel real quickly.
Okay.
And it's shorter than the last one. The Board of Education welcomes and encourages the participation of the citizens in the business of the school district. There are 2 points in the meeting where visitor statements are scheduled. Citizens are welcome to raise questions or make comments at either one. Comments can be limited to 3 minutes per individual and cannot be combined. Please note the Board of Education will not answer questions or engage in dialogue during the visitor comments. If a person would like additional time to address the board, such a request should be submitted in writing 48 hours prior to the meeting to the superintendent. Okay, great. Thank you.
Go ahead. Names.
I'm Leticia Leffel. I have freshman boys, twins that, so we're new, and I just wanted to say that everything's going great. We are very happy here. Loving every part of all the music programming. We're in choir, we're in band, we're in the play, we're in shenanigans, the musical coming up, lacrosse, so everything's just great. So I hope that all of the programming can continue with the music. I know it's been a big influx of band this year, my understanding is anyway. So that's all. That's all I want to say.
My name is Lisa Swissionis. I'm also a freshman parent. My daughter Sophie is a freshman. She's here. She's a SA. The officers need to come to a couple meetings in the year, so they thought they'd get one under their belt, and it's going well. We just all, same thing, just want to compliment. Things are going really well. As a freshman parent, I mean, actually both of us have experienced, our kids have been in the emergency room this first part of the semester, and just not because of school, but it's happened, but the school has been very accommodating and helpful, and student services and the staff and the kids and Dr. Freitas and everybody has just been very welcoming, and we're just so grateful academically, and she played girls golf, and she hopes to play soccer, and she's in Girl Up Club, and there's just so many options, and she's in wind ensemble, and mostly we want to give a shout out to we're music sponsors, and we're very, very proud of the music program here, but in general, I mean, everything is going well, and we're just happy freshman parents, and then we just wanted to share.
Well, thank you.
Thank you.
Positive visit. And I know we're supposed to be scheduling. We're scheduling a meeting with music sponsors to talk about Maroomba and the sound system. So those are still on my agenda.
Very
Wonderful.
nice.
Thank you.
We did introduce a spirit wear line for the whole music program that includes band, orchestra, and choir. So we're also just proud, and we want to wear it, share it, and spread the good word, and we're just grateful for the first half of the year.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You guys need to go home and study.
I hope you're going on a
time.
trip. Are you going to California?
You guys picked a good meeting. My kids are not going on the trip. I think Sophie's going on the trip. Are you going on the trip? Yeah.
And Bella.
To LA.
Well, thank you for coming today.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Dave, you ready? Dave, you said you needed 8 minutes. Should I set the timer, or you think you'll be within that 8 minutes?
I think I should be okay.
All right.
I don't know if I've been practicing too fast or practicing too slowly. So. Anyway, first and foremost, thank you for, again, allowing me to speak to you all tonight. Thank you for the additional time. 6 weeks ago, I addressed the board about my educational and safety concerns pertaining to the current overcrowding situation in all 6 honors chemistry classes. I want to thank you all for addressing some of those concerns, looking at options for next year. I've been told that Dr. Skinkis has received a lot of the research I mentioned regarding safety in lab classes, so I hope you are all looking at that research carefully. It doesn't fix the problem for those 23 students this year, but it is a positive step in the right direction, so I want to thank you for that. I also brought up some concerns regarding the current ed fund balance, and I have some more questions that I hope you will discuss and then report out to all of your constituents next month for that transparency. So the first question I have is, what is the actual percentage of the ed fund balance? At that October board meeting on October 8th, it was reported that we have $22.4 million in the ed fund, which was a reserve of 58.74% of the annual operating expenditures. When I did the math, I calculated it to be about 66%, and I was informed last month that when the board was negotiating the new contract with teachers last year, the Illinois Education Association calculated our ed fund balance at over 90%, using the data the district provided to the Illinois State Board of Education. So which percentage is correct? On November 12th, members of the RBA met with the school board, and Dr. Skinkis stated at that time that our ed fund balance was really $13.5 million. So did we spend $9 million in a month? We as the taxpayers deserve to know the correct answers to these questions. The ISBE recommends a minimum of a 33% ed fund balance, which again, I calculated to be $11.09 million. Our current ed fund balance is over twice the state recommendation. What is the plan for this money? What are we saving this money for exactly? And more importantly, why is some of it not being spent on improving the education of the district's children now? The RB website, number 3, lists the base salaries of all of its employees for 2018-19. It also lists the bonuses earned by members of the administration. According to the website, last year's bonuses, or as Ms. Haruska likes to call them, incentives, added up to $52,500. Of that, $23,000 was awarded to Dr. Skinkis. What specifically was this bonus for? Is it for being fiscally responsible? Would he have not received this bonus if he had authorized the 0.4 FTE necessary to alleviate the overcrowding in all 12 chemistry classes? I'd like to remind the school board that we are a non-profit organization. We are not a corporation. I have never received a bonus in my life, nor have I ever wanted one or expected one. I am paid based on my years of experience, my additional education, and my additional certifications. It is expected of me that I do my job and I do it well. And if I didn't, I'd be first placed on remediation for a year, and then I would be subsequently removed from my job if I did not improve. So why is there a different expectation for an administrator's performance? They too get paid based on their experience and continued education. But if they do an excellent job, they're incentivized with a bonus. Again, I want to remind the board, we are a non-profit organization. We are not a business. If we were a business, I would get an hour for lunch instead of 27 minutes. If we were a business, we would all get reimbursed for our cell phone usage when we call parents. If we were a business, we would get paid overtime for all the work we do in the evening, on weekends, on holiday breaks, and during the summer. But the board deems it appropriate to incentivize the administrator's performance with bonuses. I know Dr. Skinkis gets a bonus for being fiscally responsible, and I understand that and I appreciate that. But is it ethical to give one person money for withholding money collected from taxpayers to be spent on their children's education? My tax dollars should go towards salaries and programs here at this school, not to bonuses. And again, we are sitting on $22.4 million, more than double what the state recommends. For $1,000 less than that one single bonus, the administration and board could have eliminated the unsafe overcrowding in all 12 chemistry classes. And for the sum total of those bonuses, you could have hired almost an additional first-year teacher, money that could have gone directly to our mission of providing a quality education for our students. Think of the impact this minute expenditure would have on the overall quality and equity of education for our students. Think of the impact reduced class sizes would have on climate and morale. And again, this is not just an issue in the science department. After I spoke in October, I was approached by every department in this building for coming up and speaking, and they all said that they have classes that are at levels which most research and education shows has a negative impact on learning. While it would be easy to place the blame on the 2 assistant principals who developed the master schedule, they are working solely on the FTE number that was given to them by the superintendent 2+ months before registration is completed. Ironically, if the board is going to continue to give bonuses or incentives, I think those 2 assistant principals should receive them for all the time and work that they put in to limit the impact of the overcrowding and do more with less. And again, the FTE for next year has already been calculated well before the final enrollment numbers are known. We had 2 teachers retire last May, which were replaced with first-year teachers, which saved the district additional money. The district could actually have hired a 3rd teacher and still saved money on payroll. And we have 2 retirees this May coming up. We have several more over the next few years, including myself. I think some of you might be happy with that. But we continue to squirrel away money for a rainy day. So I'd like to leave you with a hypothetical scenario. What if the school board approved the spending of $1 million of that $22.4 million that's sitting in our savings account? You would still have almost double of what the state recommends, and the positive impact it would have on the school would be enormous. A couple of FTE could be added and spread over departments who are overcrowded, especially science, social science, and world language. A 3rd dean and a 2nd attendance secretary could be added, along with a 2nd school nurse. A much-needed counselor could be added to student services, one of the highest staff-to-student ratio positions in any area high school. When our last counselor retired 8 years ago, that position was first filled by a part-time counselor, and then that position was eliminated. That caseload was then absorbed by all the remaining counselors, and we have over 100 more students than we did in the school 8 years ago. The Career and Academic Preparation Program, CAP, could be brought back fully with a separate coordinator. Pay to participate could be eliminated, so all students and families would have equal access to extracurricular activities. And these are just my thoughts. I'm sure your administrative team of Dr. Freitas, Ms. Lindquist, Ms. Augustine, and Mr. Mannon could create an impressive plan to maximize a $1 million expenditure. It is time for this new board to do what is right, both ethically and financially, for the children of this district. Think of the opportunities our students could have and the goals that could be achieved if the people making these important decisions truly cared about their education as much as they cared about their bottom line. Think of the possibilities. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Dave. All right. Additional discussion items. At this point in the meeting, Board of Education members may request to add an additional discussion item. Am I right?
No.